Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. Brian's Funhouse. Thanks for all the likes, comments, and subs. I'm doing something different today. I'm here at the Chicago Sports Spectacular, which is like a card show. I've never been to a sports card show. Never been big into collecting sports cards. Like some old hockey cards when I was a kid, a little bit of hockey, a little bit of football. Lost a lot of them when my room flooded because I was put in the basement as a kid because I guess I was just that annoying. Yeah, but I figured I'd try it. Main reason it caught my eye was Mr. Chevy Chase of Saturday Night Live fame is going to be here, and I need his autograph to complete my trifecta autographs on my Vacation soundtrack album. And then there are a few athletes that I'd like to meet today. Some 85 Bears. Go Bears! We always go back to 85 season because what else do we have? Jeremy Roenick from the Blackhawks and a few others. So I'm anxious to see what the place looks around, anxious to look around some cards, anxious to see if I can get all the autographs in the short time that I'm going to be here. And hey, I'll bring you along. Let's go for the ride. So it's held here at the Stevenson Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois. Shout out to the Rosemont police. They're always nice to escort you across the street because, yeah, traffic's not going to stop for some guy wanting to look at sports cards. Traffic will mow you down, but they always have a good police force to get you from point A to point B so you don't get smushed like Frogger. So it's kind of cool. So if you prepaid, then you get a number. So I'm pretty high up for Mike Singletary, Jim McMahon, Chevy Chase, Otis Wilson I just bought now. Jeremy Roenick I prepaid, so I'm high up for him. If you wanted to meet Gabby, she's going to be here at 3:30 today. So yeah, it pays to get your autographs early because look at the line is getting big. They're starting to call people to line up for certain celebrities or athletes. All right, spent my limit of about 160 bucks I brought to the show. Got all 6 autographs. Autograph time for all 6 autographs, just about 2.5 hours, so not bad. Let's go back to the fun house. I'll show you what I got. And it's about 2 o'clock and I haven't eaten today, so I'm gonna grab a catfish sandwich before I get home, but it was fun. Oh yeah. All right, we're back to the fun house out of the cold weather. Good old catfish from Sharky's in my belly. Ready to talk about what I got at the card show. I was blown away. I knew some cards go for a lot, but man, the prices worth more than this house. Some of these cards, crazy. I was happy. I'm going for old hockey stuff. I was happy with the amount of hockey. I mean, it's not popular sport, and I'm totally fine with that. So yeah, some people had some old hockey stuff. The problem was, well, I was finding that the old hockey stuff that I was really interesting was really pricey. I was just looking for like cheaper or mid-range hockey cards, just kind of fill in my collection. But I did find some stuff. Anyway, leading up to this Chicago Sports Spectacular, I did purchase a few things on eBay because I just didn't want to, boom, you know, purchase stuff at the show. You got to warm up. You got to test the waters a little bit. And I bought these Tall Boys. Now, Tall Boys, I have some older Tall Boys Blackhawk cards. They're actually a taller card. And these are mini versions of Tall Boy. And the reason I like the Tall Boys, it's just really cool. It's just larger than a card. But these are smaller. These are Kane and Taze Tall Boys. But they're actually smaller than a normal card. This would be a normal card. And this would be Tall Boy. But yeah, it's Kane and Taze. I have their autographs up there, so it's nice to get that. Also on eBay, this dealer in Canada, I find a lot of the good hockey card deals are from Canada. Even with paying the shipping and all that, it's still a lot cheaper than what you'd get for US stuff. This is a team card. I have this, and I think I have 3 of them, but whenever I could pick it up for like $1, heck yeah, I'm going to do that. This may be my new favorite year. This is 61 to 62. The blue, I just like the blues on this. The blue is really cool looking. This is Kenny Warham of the Chicago Blackhawks, a forward. 61 to 62. Yeah, this year this series, or the year, I'm going to try to pick up as many as I can if the price is right. This is a Murray Ball 4, and Mr. Dollard St. Laurent. I don't know, my French is non-existent, so probably slaughtered in names, but I really like the blue. Now, yeah, these last 2 ones are actually 1960 to 1961. Another year that is just really cool. This is Ab McDonald. I just love how that looks. Isn't that cool? The blue, and just like, it almost looks like a painting behind them. So yeah, that's really cool. So I was spending a lot of time at the autograph thing, but I get the most, you know, you just got to flip through. I'm sure I would have found some, but this is Brett Olmsted. I think these are from the 40s. These are like bigger hockey promo things. Again, Blackhawks. That's a team that I like. All right, so what did you get at the show? This is what I got at the show. Someone had half off on pucks. I love pucks. Love collecting pucks. Have a ton of pucks up there. And these were from the Stanley Cup Finals. So this is 2015 when Tampa lost to the Blackhawks. This card, Andre Desjardins. It's only $3, so the puck alone is kind of worth $3. I mean, yeah, these aren't the huge name star players, but for $3, heck yeah, it's got the thing. It was an interesting story about the Tampa Bay Lightning Blackhawk game. For all the Stanley Cups, I could only afford standing room only. And I don't even want to tell you how much I paid for some of the standing room only tickets. So for Tampa Bay and Chicago, because I used to live in Tampa, so it was kind of cool seeing them play Chicago in the finals there. And I was up in standing room only, up against the rail, looking down. It's not a bad view. If you ever, I mean, it's easy to get Blackhawk tickets now. For some reason, if it's ever crowded and you only have standing room only option for the Chicago or United Center for the Blackhawks, if you get there early and you can get along hand railing, that's well worth it. It's really, really cool. But anyway, so I was up on the railing, and after the second period, this guy looks at me. And he's like, how would you like to go down to the 100s? And I was like, yeah, that would be nice, huh? But he actually, his friend of a friend handed him a ticket, and only one, and he didn't want to go because he didn't want to leave his friends in standing room only, and he handed it to me. And sure enough, between second and third period, I went down for third period, and I was in around the 10th, 11th row, and holy, it was like, wow, this is really up close. Awesome time, awesome. Thanks to that guy so much. But yeah, the 100s even. So it's a Stanley Cup final. I think it was game, I don't know, 4 or 5 or something like that. And the one, I mean, it's stereotypical to say the crazy people are up top, but that's really true. Everyone in the 100s are just like sitting there, and I'm like, this is Stanley Cup final, let's get loud, and we're winning, let's go. And people are like, oh, this is nice, I love this hockey sport. Yeah, so if you're ever coming for crazy atmosphere, you gotta sit up high. But anyway, yeah, so I got that puck. Story time over. The Flyers and the Hawks, this was the first one. Stanley Cup Finals. I paid a lot to go standing room only this because these are my 2 favorite team. Mr. Michael Layton. This is only $4. Again, the puck itself is worth $4 at least, so to get a Stanley Cup Final puck on that. So I was glad I found those half off because obviously I went to the show on Sunday, which is 3rd day, so you figured everything would be picked over. This other guy had pucks for $9. I got the Miracle on Ice 1980. I remember as a kid staying up. And on top of our refrigerator in the kitchen, we had a little black and white TV and watching this game and just having a great time. I was looking for things that would cost cheap, but then if you're on eBay, the cheapest ground handling, shipping and handling is usually like $5. So I was looking for things that I would normally find, because obviously a lot of the show prices are a little higher than eBay prices, or a lot higher than eBay prices in some circumstances. But yeah, I was looking for things that I would save on handling. So I got pins, Montreal Canadiens. Always wanted to see a game up there in Montreal. I haven't yet. Minnesota North Stars. Growing up as a Blackhawk fan, you just hated the Stars, you hated the Blues, and of course you hated the Detroit Red Wings. A pin for them. Bruins. A pin for them. Yeah, so the year seems to say 69. So I wonder if all these pins are from 69 then. So the Flyers there, early on in their franchise history here. And Pittsburgh Penguins, love that one there. And what did I end it up with? The Los Angeles Kings. So for $5 each, yeah, why not? All day long. I'd have bought more and more of them. This other guy for $5 had these puffy stickers, again, an item that if it was on eBay would have to pay a lot more. It's got Tony Esposito up there on the top, so that's the main reason why I bought it. But I love any of the old-time hockey stuff, just the artwork. I love it. And also I got these at the show. These were $5 each. I do like this year of OPG 69-70, so it's like 1970 cards. There and there. Chico. How many hockey players do we have in the history of hockey that have the first name Chico, man? That's awesome. Right wing Chico. I like playing right wing when I play. I don't play well, but I play. Alright, so that's the cards I got. Also on this one table, the guy had, I thought it was a program, but it's actually like a flyer. It's 1972 to 1973. Anything that says Blackhawks and Chicago Stadium, I'm going to be all over that. So it's like a flyer for a kids camp, I believe. And it's got cool little ice follies. Remember those ice shows? At the old stadium, I went to see the Globetrotters. I went to see ice shows, all kinds of stuff back then. Yeah, and it has here comes the Hawks. What is this? See Chicago Warriors at Chicago Stadium. I don't know if I have anything of the Chicago Warriors. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, this is the 1972-1973 home schedule. Playing a lot of the same teams because all those expansion teams weren't there yet, obviously. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool thing. Like I said, anything that says Chicago Stadium on it has the old Indian Head logo. I'm all about that. Also, at these sports shows, you know, they bring in other people, just try to attract people. They had Scott Schwartz, who's known as the kid in the Christmas Story who got his tongue on the old flagpole. I knew him previously as this movie would not get made today. Why, Brian? Well, the premise is this old rich white dude, Jackie Gleason, asked this kid what he wants, little Eric, and Eric said, I like Richard Pryor. An African-American guy, so he's my toy, and they called it the toy, and it had Richard Pryor. Growing up, I was a big Red Fox fan, a big Richard Pryor fan, so any movie that they were in, or any comedy albums or comedy 8-tracks they had, I was always listening. It wasn't age appropriate at the time, but I loved it. So anyway, the toy with Jackie Gleason, of course, from the Honeymooners, used to love watching that on the same old black and white TV that I watched the hockey game on, but the toy, yeah. So he was in the toy, it was nice. get a picture with him. Autographs. Let's start off with Mr. Jeremy Roenick. The only one I really had enough time. I felt like his line was spaced enough that I could say a few words to him. Hi, how are you? I never want to be the person that tells someone my life story as they're trying to autograph because there's a big line full of people. But yeah, his line was moving good, had enough space. So I was able to share a few words with him. I do have a ton of Black Hawk and hockey pucks. What I do is like to get the puck, and then I like to get a card that coincides obviously with the player that signed the puck and put it on the shelf. This shelf here is full. He's a Hall of Famer, so I'm going to have to move somebody off this shelf that's not a Hall of Famer. Maybe Brian Noonan? Probably Brian Noonan, I think. But I think you're getting the boot, buddy. But you're going to be somewhere else. You're just not going to get prime real estate on the Brian's Funhouse shelf here, because Jeremy Roenick is coming to town. Jeremy Roenick is also a Flyer, so always like Patrick Sharp was a Flyer, then a Hawk. The two teams do trade players there. What else did I get? Main reason why I was going... Again, this is my first time ever at a sports card show. Again, blown away by the amount of people there. A lot of guys, not a lot of women. Just a lot of guys meeting their either childhood heroes or showing their kids their childhood heroes. Younger guys, a lot of them are getting little football helmets or big football helmets signed. It's a good time, a good way to spend. Some people spend their money on beer every week at the bar, whatever, no problem with that. Other people go travel a lot. I love to travel. And other people like to get autographs. So some people will say, I'm not paying anyone to sign something. Hey, that's your prerogative. No one's forcing anyone to be there. But yeah, I used to be like lower class job level, but now I'm lower middle class job level. So I do have some spending money here and there. So yeah, I choose to do with my money what I shall want. And it's to get some autographs. Never thought I'd meet any of the 85 Bears. Have the VHS of the game that I recorded as a kid. Have the commercials between. Oh, I just found it too, not too long ago, and transferred it onto a DVD and rewatched the game. And I tell you, the 85 Bears, we don't have a lot. As Chicago Bears fans, we don't have a lot. But we do have the 85. And my father was still alive in 85. I sadly lost him in 89, but he was alive in 85. And I remember as a kid just watching that season. He had a poster in his room. He would put the scores on, and lo and behold, we ran through the playoffs, and there we were in the big old Super Bowl. And I remember sitting and watching the Super Bowl with my dad. So it was good times. Mike Singletary, got him. Really nice to see him there. Otis Wilson, got him. Nice to see him there. And of course, last but not least, the punky QB, Jim McMahon. It was nice to see him there. I was glad to get all 3 autographs. I don't know, eventually, who knows? I can get the whole album. I do have William Perry's autograph. I met him when I was a kid. He was at Sears signing stuff. A few of the other people, I don't know. I'm happy if I just get these 3 and these 3 alone. I will put this in my Chicago room. I have a room upstairs that I call the Chicago room. It's like the spare room. Tons of Chicago artifacts. A lot of, obviously, sports artifacts, Chicago items. And this will find a room somehow. I will rearrange the wall. When you're a collector and a geek, you will always rearrange things. So I'll put this in a frame and we'll put that on the wall. Man, 85 Bears. Super Bowl Shuffle. They're not here to start no trouble. They were just there to do Super Bowl Shuffle. And of course, there's always the people there with protective stuff. I love old hockey pennants. Saw some beautiful ones at the show, but just felt they were priced a little bit high. And I wasn't in the mood to really pull the trigger on anything over like 100. So I will just always look for stuff in eBay. But I do have a good amount of hockey pennants up hanging in the rafters already. So I do have some that are in like kind of a cheaper plastic protective. So I will move them into the harder protective sleeve. Always glad when those people are there so we can protect our stuff. No, last but not least, and the main reason that caught my eye about this whole Chicago Spectacular show, sports show, wasn't even an athlete. It's an actor and a Saturday Night Live alumni. And his name, of course, is Chevy Chase. Previously at a convention about a year ago, I met Miss D'Angelo and Miss Brinkley, who are also on this cover here. And Mr. Chevy Chase was supposed to go there, but he canceled that last minute. So I thought, okay, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And then boom, Harry shows up a year later, and you have to get these people as they get up there in age. You don't know how long they actually want to come to things and sign. I never heard of Chevy signing it just until recently, so it's kind of cool to get his signature there. Again, some people be like, why would you pay someone to sign something? But yeah, it's kind of neat, man. And this, of course, completes the trifecta of the vacation. I will hang it on back where it came from, now that it's complete with Chevy Chase autograph. And I have a little Vacation, a few items there from the movie. Such a great movie, Vacation. I really love Fletch too. I do have the Fletch soundtrack, but I figured because I had the other two, you know, and it's got a realistic picture of Chevy, that I might as well get the Chevy Chase autograph to complete this. Well, hey, Sports Spectacular, I love the way you did autographs. I love that you're calling people 1 to 25 and 25 to 50. I never felt crowded. I felt things ran really smooth. Those of you that go to conventions can appreciate a smooth convention. Yes, the floor is concrete, and as you get older, over 50, you feel that concrete going up and down your back, standing on concrete all day. But yeah, I felt like there was a good selection of cards, even for someone that's just looking for old hockey cards, and it was a really good time. Everyone there was really cool, so I was glad. And it's a convention that, yeah, maybe I'll be on the lookout for it and try to go again. Had a good time. All right. Well, I appreciate you watching this video, and thanks for watching.